Hi everyone, I'm James Spinelli, founder and CEO of Great Valley Advisor Group. GVA is a leading technology-driven, full-service, registered investment advisor. GVA partners with select independent financial advisors to provide customized technology, investment strategies, compliance, and back-office solutions. This podcast will provide answers to common questions that are asked by advisors throughout the transition process by interviewing experienced individuals who have benefited from their transition to independence. Welcome to GVA Way. Hi, I'm James Spinelli, founder and CEO of Great Valley Advisor Group. This is episode number 28. We're here today at the Willows Golf Lounge off of Route 29 in the Grove, and thank you to Mike Nichols for hosting us, where we have our 6 interns joining me for today's podcast, where we're going to talk about what they learned this summer. And before we get started, I just want to make a note that we have had a fantastic summer with the interns. Not only have you been part of something and learned something over the summer, but you've contributed deeply to GVA, have been involved with GVA, and we have learned a ton. Not only have you also learned as well. So we really appreciate that on behalf of GVA. So why don't we go ahead and get started? And we'll start with Chloe here. And Chloe, why don't you tell us your name, your school, your major, career interests, and maybe a fun fact just to get going, and then we'll go around the room here.
Hi everyone, I'm Chloe Smith. I'm a rising junior at Georgetown University, majoring in finance and management. For career interests, I'm still a little bit unsure, but I've kind of been thinking about forensic and litigation consulting possibly, or potentially law school one day. And a fun fact about me is I can solve a Rubik's Cube in under a minute.
My name is Alex O'Reilly. I'm a rising senior at Loyola, Maryland. I'm an econ major with a minor in sustainability, and my plan has always been a financial advisor. I think I'm going to stick with the financial advising plan, and I recently got into running. That's my fun fact.
Hi, my name is John Morgan. I'm a rising sophomore at Villanova University, majoring in finance and AI. I think right now I'm interested still in anything in the finance industry as a whole, and fun fact about me, I'm an avid fisherman.
My name is Stephen Mullen. I'm a rising senior at Ursinus College, and I'm a student athlete on the men's soccer team. I'm a finance major and accounting minor. My ultimate career goal, I think, would be to become a portfolio manager one day and be a CFA charter holder. And my fun fact is that I have a twin sister.
My name is Eamon Donovan. I'm a student athlete at Trinity College on the men's lacrosse team, also majoring in economics. For my career goals, I hope to work either in private wealth management or sales and trading. And my fun fact is I'm an avid squash player.
My name is Jake Higgins. I am a rising junior at Loyola, Maryland. I am interested in entering anywhere in the finance world, hopefully asset management. And a fun fact about me is I'm one of 24 grandchildren.
All right.
Yeah.
I think the audience has a general understanding about you and some fun facts. I gotta be honest, the Rubik's Cube under a minute really threw me there for a second. You know, that was crazy. And I did not know that you had a twin sister. So that's also interesting. So why don't we start with Chloe, Alex, and John. And let's talk about, coming into summer, you think about what's ahead of you. You've never really been in the, wealth management space before. And if you have, maybe you've seen, bits and pieces of it, but you have a couple months where you're really working alongside other team members within GVA and understanding more and learning more. So when you think about coming into your first day, what did you expect? Like, what were you expecting to have happen? And did that happen, or were you taken in different directions and learned more about the RIA industry than you had thought? Why don't you go ahead and start?
I think coming in, it was a combination of a little bit what I expected, a little bit what I didn't. I think I was kind of expecting a more like buttoned up corporate environment where everything was going to be pretty structured and rigid, like this is our current needs, so we want you to assist us with these needs. But instead I found like a little bit of that, like yes, there were projects that I was put on because people had a need for that at the time, but I also found that everyone was very more interested in making sure that we were kind of learning what we wanted to learn. Sure. And had a little bit of control over what we could spend our time doing, whether that was choosing what we might want to research or assisting on like if we had an interest in like building a website we could help out with that. So it was a little bit like structured, which was nice because there were certain things that maybe I wouldn't have known I would have wanted to learn more about that I had the opportunity to learn about. And then in combination with that, what I came in wanting to learn, I had the opportunity to.
Great.
For me, like when you think of like the wealth management, you think of investing, and I think I was a little surprised by how much wasn't investing. Like 10% of it, I would say, was obviously investing, but there's like compliance and there's research and there's so much behind the scenes that wasn't just like I wanted to study investments and like study stocks, and I obviously got to research all that and it was cool, but I didn't expect there to be so much more behind the wealth management field.
Absolutely. That's great.
Yeah, I think I had a similar viewpoint coming in. I kind of felt that it'd mostly just be, work on investments and model portfolios. And I kind of came to realize that GVA is a lot more than that. And it's also helping other advisors with their clients and streamlining that process, which I found super cool. And I mean, everything from compliance to marketing was also a great addition to the whole experience as a whole.
That's great. Yeah. So you got to, from technology to operations, wealth management, right, marketing, exposure. A few of you got the opportunity to go to New York City to visit New Mountain Capital. Was that the name of the firm?
Yeah.
Capital.
New Mountain Capital. And then a few of you got to go down to Philadelphia and visit the Future Standard office, right? So you got out of the office a little bit to visit some of our partner firms, and we're thankful that they were able to have you on site too. So let's shift over here to Stephen, Eamon, and Jake. And in a similar vein, right, we'll kind of talk about what you learned this summer coming into it. What did you expect, and then what actually happened. But what surprised you the most? What would you say was the most surprising thing that took place over the summer? You were like, wow, I cannot believe that this is actually part of GVA or part of being a financial advisor or part of being in investments that you didn't expect.
I think what surprised me the most was everybody's like willingness to help others. So I was, James has many financial advisors, close to 200 underneath of them, and sort of, I think I'll agree with Clay. I expected a more buttoned up corporate environment, very kind of transactional, and it was more kind of genuine connections through the wealth management industry. And if you think about, an advisor to their client, it needs to be genuine, and all levels of the relationship need to be understood. And I think that's something that, I thought was important, but really I think Great Valley helped emphasize that. And even, between teams, between the asset management and the operations and compliance and marketing and business strategy, everybody was very kind of handheld in a good way and was able to kind of bounce ideas off each other for like kind of an entrepreneurial and collaborative environment.
Yeah, I think the biggest surprise to me was how much goes into managing a client's portfolio and how deep that back office really goes. While they might only be interacting with the advisor and maybe the asset management team in a one-on-one setting, just how many other people from compliance to marketing to tech, and then how many companies even outside of GVA like the Future Standard and Razor that we use go into supplying that client with what they need.
Yep.
Yeah, I would say a similar fact. I think something that surprised me too was how often even something like GVA is talking to bigger firms and constantly interacting and keeping a relationship with clients and also keeping their advisors underneath informed. I think that's something that I didn't really understand coming in was how it's something like GVA would be able to keep 190 advisors informed at all times, and how they're able to do that day to day. And someone like Bobby Fish, who is able to do something like that and keep these advisors informed and make sure they're understanding day to day what's going on.
I think we just found his favorite GVA employee right there. I think Jake just, Bobby Fish, right? I mean, it's impressive though, right? Because he's on the phone constantly talking to the advisors, and it's not coming down to what their portfolio is doing. It's more along the lines of maybe how to grow your business, right?
Yeah.
How you should be seen externally through your websites, or what are some other advisors doing within the network that they can learn from and help grow their practice or learn more or add employees. And so that's a really good point on what Bobby's doing on the advisor success front. So shifting back here, was it different than the classroom environment? Was the overall, and John, why don't you start and we'll kind of work back this way. Was it did you feel like you got real life experience? And if so, kind of explain what that really meant to you there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we were kind of thrown right into the fire, which I appreciated. It was super hands-on right from the beginning. We didn't have this no one really necessarily held our hand and was like, this is how you're, it was kind of a very open and, however we felt, to go about, the approach on everything that from meeting with outside firms to, doing the day-to-day tasks. We were kind of given our own, we were able to do it in our own way.
Yep.
And in a classroom, it's not really like that. We're kind of told, this is how you have to do it. And if you don't do it, even if you get the right answer, if you didn't do it the way we wanted you to do it, then, you were incorrect. And I think that was a really great, aspect of the entire experience was that, we were given the freedom to kind of go about things how we chose.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, obviously it's different from a classroom in the sense that like you're at school to learn and you learn stuff and you take tests and you right answers, wrong answers. But like GVA, you're given a problem to find a solution. And it's like finding what you're good at and like providing solutions. And it's like, it's not a school environment. I just feel like I'm with people who want to help me learn.
Yep.
And I can learn from them and I can maybe help them learn something too.
That's great.
Yeah, another thing I'd point out is that when you're in school, everything feels sort of like theoretical. Like one day this will be something you'll do if this is a role that you'll take on. But here it was kind of like, even I'll pull out an example. I did some work with the operations team and they kind of finished it off and they're like, okay, and then once you finish this project, you'll email all of the advisors and like you'll be the one emailing them. And I was like, they want an email signed by Chloe Smith? Like I've been here for 4 weeks.
Yep.
But it was kind of like people did really trust in us to kind of follow through with whatever we were executing on. And it did feel very much like real work. Like we were actually kind of, though temporary, like real GVA employees. So that was really cool.
It's great. Yeah. And does everybody remember what the first project was?
Learning.
Yeah.
Learning about GVA, right? It was putting together a PowerPoint presentation on an RIA, which coming into this, you probably didn't know a ton about what an RIA was. And so that is really, really good way to learn, right? Go out and do the research, go out and look at the website and do everything around that. So, all right, good stuff there, Chloe and Alex and John. But let's shift back over to you three real fast and let's get a update on not only how it kind of changed your perspective on the industry, but did it change your perspective on maybe what you want to do from a career standpoint? I know when we had done the fun facts and the career interests, coming into the summer versus exiting the summer from the internship, did anything change in that mindset at all?
Yeah, I think it did. I think coming in, I really wanted to go towards that advisor side, and now spending a lot of time with Eric Howe and Evan Coffey and Eric Parnell and getting into that kind of investment side and the research side, I found that really interesting. It's something that I found was way more complex than what I really looked into, and looking at how these companies function and whether they're worth an investment or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of building off what Jake said there. I feel like if anything, it just opened my mind even more. Like I got to see so many more roles that I didn't even know existed within the financial services and wealth management space through my time at GVA and through our visit down to Future Standard. And I think it really just broadened my horizons and made me realize how many different opportunities are out there and might even make it a little bit harder to choose.
There you go.
I agree with Jake and Eamon. It absolutely changed my perspective. When I first came in, I think I'm a bit all over the place in terms of a career goal. I have a couple minor past accounting. I shifted mine. I was always a finance major, but I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do, and I've always excelled in financial topics. And I think Eric Parnell and Evan Coffey really helped me hone in on sort of the portfolio and asset management. Hey, we think that your contributions were meaningful in our department. We think you should continue on that path. And I like their idea of doing that. I wanted to pursue that area of professional career. But I agree with Eamon as well that getting tasked with different projects like within compliance and operations and business development, I think it opens the doors to say, how can I be connected to an RIA or a wealth management firm? But you may not actually be the advisor. There's so many different doors among the back office that you can sit in and still play a really big role within a firm.
Great. All right, as we start to wind this down, I have one last question, and then we'll go into what we refer to as the lightning round, right? I know we're all excited about the lightning round here. So one word that describes GVA. Go.
Genuine.
I like that.
Trustworthy.
Okay.
Family.
Frontier.
Oof.
Depth.
Yeah.
Experience.
Great. All right. So now we're going to jump in the lightning round. I don't know if we need to hand this mic back. We probably can just yell it out as we go around. So, Chloe, we'll start with you. What's your favorite lunch spot?
Chick-fil-A.
Chipotle.
Johnny's Pizza.
Johnny's Pizza.
Johnny's Pizza.
Where is Johnny's Pizza local?
That's in Wayne.
Right
Really?
next to the Wayne Farmers Market.
Shout out to Johnny's Pizza. I didn't even know it existed, but all right, that's awesome. Coffee or energy drink?
Chai.
Coffee.
Coffee. 2 Red Bulls every morning.
Coffee.
Every morning? Oh, all right. Yeah.
Coffee.
Okay. I'm not going to do the Microsoft Teams one. We're not going to do the favorite GVA employee. I know that that's me. I'm not going to do that one for you. What's a hidden talent? I guess the Rubik's Cube, right? Or do you have another hidden talent?
That's like my big one. People don't expect that, yeah.
Okay.
I can do close-up magic.
Magic. Johnny.
I play the bass guitar.
I'm a great landscaper.
Okay.
Solid surfer.
Okay.
I'm also a solid surfer.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. Phillies or Eagles?
Eagles.
Phillies all day.
Birds.
Phillies. Eagles.
New York Football Giants.
Jake just got cut out from. We're actually gonna have Jeff Akamos probably just kind of narrow the focus there, Jake. So it's been great. And then one AI tool that you can't live without.
Co-pilot.
I'm gonna say Claude.
Yeah, Claude.
Copilot. Notebook LM.
Claude.
Claude. All right. And honestly, as a group, we had an absolute blast having you in the office this summer. Not only did you just observe, you obviously contributed to the team, to every area of the business, and we are truly grateful for that. And look forward to spending some time here at the Willows Golf Lounge, playing some golf as we finish up the internship here with this group. And then I'm also going to give a shout out here to Logan Kim, who was our 7th intern, but unfortunately he's still in high school, so we want to make sure we get him on the next one as he stays with us over the next couple of years. So once again, thank you to this group. Thank you to being part of the GVA experience, and we look forward to see how your careers grow in the rest of the school.
Thank you.
The opinions voiced in this podcast are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. To determine which strategies or investments may be suitable for you, consult the appropriate qualified professional prior to making a decision.